Shrinkflation is basically the practice of paying the same price for less. Food from restaurants or beverages or even day-to-day groceries. This is a sneaky way of how companies are technically charging you more for less, since companies are aware that you, as a consumer, will spot increasing prices, but they do not do the opposite. Instead, they reduce the price of the portion of your meals or groceries instead, which most people like you and me will not notice right away. It's not as obvious. So for most consumers like you and I, we often don't notice a 5 through 10% shrink in portion size. So we may not immediately notice these alterations. So frequently, they occur actually gradually. So for example, a beloved beverage that was once available in a 12-ounce bottle, or 340 grams in this case, a bottle a year ago may still be priced the same, but it has been quietly reduced in size to 10 ounces, about 283 grams. So here are some of the offenders that you might have noticed. And it doesn't apply everywhere because it could be in certain regions. For example, Coca-Cola in 2014 reduced the size of the large bottle from 2 liters to 1.75 liters. That's a 0.25 liters decrease. Toblerone in 2010, Kraft slashed the weight of Toblerone bars from 290 grams to 170 grams. I mean, how are most people gonna tell unless they change the packaging size? Price hikes are often met with resistance from consumers, whereas downsizing is a more strategic way of mitigating initial backlash from the consumers. This is a psychological aspect that companies take into consideration when opting for the use of shrinkflation. So shrinkflation is also viewed as a response to inflationary pressure of production costs. So rather than passing the full burden of increased expenses, companies may also use this strategy to offset the rising costs. So this adjustment also helps businesses navigate economic challenges while attempting to strike a balance of profitability and consumer affordability. Now, there's also a challenge of fierce market competition. So food and beverages industry is generally an extremely competitive one, as consumers are available to access a variety of available substitutes. Inflation is a tactic that can also backfire and take a hit on the company, leading to a loss in trust and confidence by the consumers. Finding out you have been low-key paying more for stuff, so only to discover years later that the company you have been basically buying from pulling a sneaky move on you. Things like these, like bags of chips that seem bigger but are basically filled with air. In this case, they try to justify with nitrogen. Or you look at snacks with packaging that's mostly filled with fluff. So these companies can only make use of this tactic a number of times before the consumer notices. Now, this can go on for a lot of type of companies and a lot of type of different products, and they always try to justify the reason. Now, the interesting question is, what is basically too much? How much is too little? So let me know down in the comments below, and also make sure to click the subscribe button down below and a like button. If you like topics like these, then drop a comment down below and let me know. Make sure to like, sub, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.